Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be explaining how to work with symbols. Symbols are really important because you'll be using them for any types of animation that you create. So to start out, I'm just going to open a blank document. And for my symbol, I'm just going to use a circle with no stroke fill and a red, no stroke color and a red fill. I'm going to draw out my circle. And then in order to convert it to a symbol, I need to first select it. So choose my select tool and select the whole object. Now, there's two ways I can convert it to a symbol. Either I can press F8 on my keyboard, or I can go to Modify, Convert to Symbol. And here I'll give it a meaningful name. Once I press Enter, you will see the symbol appears in my library. So, what I can do with it now is I can drag out multiple instances of the symbol onto the stage. Each one is called an instance. And how instances work is they can be edited in some ways individually. So if, for example, I change the size of this one and same here and I rotate it, that is all possible. You can move them, you can change their size, you can rotate them. And what you'll notice is in the library, the original symbol still looks exactly the same. So that is how instances work. If, for example, I wanted to change the color though, I would have to change the original symbol and then all the others would also be affected. So let me show you how to do that. To edit the symbol, I can do it in two ways. Either I can right-click on it in the library and click Edit. Then I enter the symbol mode, which means that I'm inside this current symbol. And the reason I know that is because at the top of my screen on the left, I have Scene 1 and then I have Circle 1. And that's how I know I'm inside the circle symbol. This is the same as when you're working with groups in Adobe Illustrator. So now I'm just going to select it and I'm going to change its color. And if I go back out, you'll notice that all the other instances of the same symbol have also changed color. So what you need to realize with symbols is when you edit one of the instances, all the others will also be affected. Okay. Another way to edit it is also just to double click it in the library or double click it on the stage, in which case everything else is grayed out. And you'll also see at the top, you can see that you're inside circle 1. And I can go ahead and change the color here as well. And you'll see that everything else changes automatically, including the symbol in my library. So that is how you edit your symbol. The next thing you can do is you can create another circle that looks, let's say you wanted another circle that's blue. So you want a purple circle and also a blue circle. The best way I would recommend doing this is making a copy of it inside your library. So you can right click on it, click duplicate, and give it a name. Now what you'll notice is they're both exactly the same. So what I need to do is I need to edit the second one. So I'm just going to double click on it and change its color to blue. Okay, so now in my library I have circle 1, which is purple, and circle 2, which is blue. And when I drag that out onto my stage, it looks different, obviously. Another way to create another symbol is to make a copy of the one on your stage. So right click, copy, right click, paste in place, and then just move it. And let me just make it smaller. Now if I wanted to convert this to a new symbol by itself, the first thing I would need to do is break it apart. So right click, break apart. The reason I do this is so that it's no longer a symbol. And then I can just come in and change the color. And once again, convert it to a symbol. So we go to Modify, Convert to Symbol, and we'll call this Circle 3. So now in my library, I have Circle 1, Circle 2, and Circle 3. If I just clear everything on my stage, and I put them each on the stage so that you can see clearly, Circle 3 was slightly smaller. One last thing just to show you, if you change the size of the symbol, then all the other instances will also be affected. So let's say I have multiple instances of circle 1 on the stage, and I double click to edit it, and I change it to be flatter, then everything else will also be the same, but their size is relative to what they were originally. You can also edit these ones over here. Let's say I edit an instance of the symbol and I change its color, it will affect all the others. So they are all linked. Okay, so that's everything you need to know on editing, creating, and maintaining your symbols.